There is a silent, relentless, and invisible thief that enters your life without making a single sound. It doesn't steal your wealth all at once with a sudden strike. Instead, it breathes a cold, suffocating gray mist upon everything you own, slowly turning your hard-earned gold into worthless dust while you sleep. You might think you are safe inside your walls, but this fog doesn't care for locks. It is the slow and painful erosion of every single thing you've fought to gather. In this forest, time is no longer just a measurement of passing days. It has become a hidden, crushing cost that very few can afford to pay. Look closely at the hourglass of your existence. Every hour you spend desperately clinging to the outdated methods of the past. The actual purchasing power of your labor evaporates into thin air like mountain mist. In a world moving at a brutal pace, standing still is not a safe choice. It is a slow, quiet walk backward into the arms of poverty. The red-tied squirrel looks at his guarded hoard, but today, his eyes widen in a terrifying realization. The numbers on his old maps no longer tell the same story they did yesterday. What was once a vast fortune meant to last a lifetime is now barely enough to survive a single week of the coming frost. The invisible tax has finally demanded its payment, and it has taken the very heart of his security without ever firing a single shot or even breaking a window in his wooden home. Just as the darkness settles in, the ancient map of the great sage squirrel offers a final lifeline. This is a blueprint, not for a better hiding place, but for a magnificent machine of movement and flow. The sage always whispered a truth that the world ignored. True wealth is never a stagnant, dead pile of seeds. It is a vibrant flow of energy. To stop the decay of your life, you must stop hoarding and start channeling your power into a grand design that can withstand the winter. Behold the magnificent birth of a true system, a towering masterpiece of ancient wood, copper, and pure logic rising from the river's edge. This massive water wheel does not try to fight the natural current. Instead, it draws infinite power from the very environment that once threatened to destroy it. This is the official end of back-breaking manual labor and the beginning of architectural dominance. It stands firm, turning rhythmically, governed by the laws of physics and foresight. This is the sacred point of transformation, the moment where fear turns into certainty. As the fragile, organic acorns are fed into the mechanical heart of the great wheel, they undergo a change that defies nature. They emerge on the other side as glowing, indestructible crystalline spheres of pure value. By placing your future into the teeth of a well-oiled system, you strip away its fragility and turn a perishable harvest into an eternal legacy that no invisible thief can reach. When the great freeze finally arrives, descending like a white shroud over the forest, those who trusted in simple piles of grain will find only ice and sorrow. But look here, the water wheel is the only thing that continues to move, glowing with a brilliant golden light through the blinding snow. The rest of the forest is frozen in a dead silence, but your system continues to breathe and work, creating warmth and abundance where there should be only cold, darkness, and sudden death. The red-tied squirrel stands tall before his grand creation, his face calm and resolute against the biting winter wind. Behind him, the faint silhouette of the great sage nods in silent, eternal approval from the mist. The ultimate lesson has been learned at last. Do not just save your resources for tomorrow. Build a system for eternity. Master the invisible forces of the world before they master you. The only thing the storm cannot take is the foundation you had the courage to build.